Switzerland is a destination many people consider to move to. People seem to be interested in this little country. That's why I would like to use the time we have to highlight what I believe are the 14 greatest upsides of Switzerland. Let's first talk about some interesting facts related to migration to Switzerland. The largest immigrant groups in Switzerland are those from Italy, Germany, the former Yugoslavia, Albania, Portugal and Turkey. Between them, these 6 groups account to about 1.5 million people, 60% of the Swiss population with immigrant background, or close to 20% of total Swiss population. Switzerland and Australia, with about a quarter of their population born outside the country, are the 2 countries with the highest proportion of immigrants in the Western world. Although who counts as an immigrant varies from country to country and even between agencies within countries. Furthermore, Switzerland by far has the highest potential net migration index of any European country. This means that out of an estimated 700 million potential migrants worldwide, about 12 million would name Switzerland as their most desired country of residence. Let us take a look at the advantages of Switzerland. Companies based in Switzerland are known for paying high salaries. The median income in 2016 was at over 6,500 Swiss francs, or more than $7,150 per month. That means that half of the Swiss population earns more than that and the other half less. The 10% of employees that earn the worst have an income of up to 4,313 francs, or $4,740 per month, while the best earning 10% earn 11,406 francs or over $12,500 and more. These wages are mainly paid in the pharmaceutical industry, financial services industry, as well as in the IT and insurance industry. Moreover, around every third employee received an additional bonus in the year of 2016. On average, these bonuses were at 9,000 francs or $9,900. But there are huge differences between different industries. On average, the Swiss earn over 60,500 Swiss francs or $66,500 annually. This makes Switzerland rank 3rd worldwide behind Luxembourg and Iceland. Among all nations worldwide by wealth per adult, Switzerland ranks 1st with more than 513,400 Swiss francs or $564,600. Although the amount of taxes a resident of Switzerland has to pay varies greatly from canton to canton and municipality to municipality, the taxes on average are significantly lower than in neighboring countries. In 2017, childless single people in Switzerland had to pay an average of just under 17% of their gross wages to the state for taxes and social security contributions, compared to the average tax of all OECD countries, that is a whopping 25.5%. This score seems to be quite low. Employees in Belgium and Germany, for instance, need to pay 40% of their gross wage to the state. Generally speaking, in the canton of Zug, the taxes are the lowest, while in the French-speaking part of Switzerland, taxes are higher. In the municipality of Bar in the canton of Zug, a married person with 2 children and an annual income of 100,000 Swiss francs has to pay taxes of just 1.66%. In the description you will find a link to an interactive tax calculator where you will be able to see which canton is the cheapest for you. Thanks to the fact that Switzerland is a business-friendly country, countless international companies have settled down here. But before taking a look at foreign companies, let's first focus on large domestic corporations. The 10 largest companies in terms of sales are Glencore International, whose headquarters is located in the tax haven of Bar, Vitol, Trafigura, Cargill International, Mercuria Energy Trading, Nestlé, Gunvor, Roche, Novartis and BHP Billiton Group. With a turnover of 1.03 trillion Swiss francs, these 10 companies generate almost as much as the 10 biggest German companies by revenue, with a total of 1 trillion euros, despite the fact that Switzerland's population is 10 times less than Germany's. For sure, these highly globalized companies are actively looking for well-qualified workers, which offers great opportunities for people that plan to move to Switzerland. But not only Swiss companies enjoy this climate of economic friendliness, but also foreign ones. Google, for instance, operates its largest campus outside of the USA in Zurich, where it employs almost 4,000 people. Switzerland is also known for its direct democracy. It is a substantial part of Switzerland's culture and identity. Because of it, voters do not necessarily have to vote for overpaid representatives, but can actually vote on initiatives. These initiatives may affect the municipality, the canton, or the entire country. For example, the Swiss could vote on joining the United Nations, joining the European Union, or on whether they should buy new fighter jets. The Swiss can also vote on rather silly questions, for instance whether farmers who do not cut off the horns of their cows should be financially supported by the government for that. Usually 5 to 10 such federal referendums take place each year. Every Swiss citizen can launch a nationwide initiative himself if he is able to collect at least 100,000 signatures within 18 months. Direct democracy is considered to be one of the biggest factors of the success of the small country of Switzerland. Yet another significant factor is Switzerland's political neutrality. At least on paper, Switzerland is neutral in its foreign policy. Although being politically neutral is not that easy as a European country, Switzerland at least always tried to follow the path of neutrality. It is not a member of the European Union and also not a member of NATO. This means Switzerland must be able to defend itself. We'll take a closer look at the Swiss military later in the video. Despite its small area of just over 41,000 square kilometers, Switzerland has a great variety in flora and fauna. Switzerland can be geographically divided into three parts: Jura, the Central Plateau and the Alps. All three regions each have their own advantages. The Alpine region in particular is truly unique. The mountains located there are not only among the largest in Europe, not only invite you to go on a winter sports or hiking vacation, not only offer a unique habitat for all kinds of creatures, but also just look terrific. This region includes the canton of Ticino, where the warm Italian climate dominates and where people mainly speak Italian. Throughout Switzerland there are idyllic lakes, mostly hilly landscapes and a lot of rivers. Although Switzerland does not even occupy 0.5% of the total European area, around 5% of the freshwater reserves on the European continent are located in this country. By the way, water quality is at the cutting edge, and thanks to the high density of public drinking fountains, you'll never be thirsty again on a hot summer day. In the video description you will find a webpage that lists some tourist attractions that are worth visiting. All of these factors contribute to the astonishingly high quality of life in Switzerland. Although Zurich cannot quite hold a candle to Vienna, the capital of Austria, in terms of quality of life, it still ranks second worldwide. Geneva ranks 9th worldwide, Basel 10th and the Swiss capital of Bern 14th. Isn't it remarkable that such a small country with little over 8.5 million inhabitants has 4 cities in the top 20s of that ranking? Security certainly is one reason why Swiss cities rank so high. In Switzerland you can be on the streets even during night, and you will not have to think of getting a victim of a criminal activity. Switzerland ranks 11th in the International Peace Index, and residents are also protected from external threats. More than 300,000 bunkers in the Alps, some of them are secret, ensure that in an event of an emergency, more than the entire population of Switzerland can be brought to safety. And more bunkers are being built, so it's true to say that the Swiss Alps are as riddled with holes as Swiss cheese. As previously mentioned, Switzerland has its own independent military, although some question the Swiss armed forces by arguing that it is too expensive. I think that the sovereign country absolutely needs an independent and functioning military to not only be able to assert interests in an event of war, but also to be able to defend the country and population in case of an attack. Switzerland borders Germany, Liechtenstein, Austria, Italy and France. This makes it very easy for residents to travel to these countries. Many Swiss maintain the tradition of going to Italy or France in the summer in order to spend their vacations there. Switzerland is well connected with its neighboring countries, not only by highways but also by train routes, resulting in short travel times. Thanks to the Zurich airport that offers very attractive flight connections to all over the world, traveling is easy. Compared to its size, Switzerland is extremely diverse in culture. It has 4 official languages: German, French, Italian and Romansh. This is surprising because even though the French, Germans and Italians were at war several times during history, in Switzerland they have always lived in peace. Since Switzerland is seen as one of the most globalized countries in the world, you can come across people from all over the globe. Public transport in Switzerland is simply overwhelmingly good. Basically, it is not necessary to own a car in Switzerland, because you have a public transport connection to every tiny village. In terms of punctuality, Switzerland can almost compete with Japan. I was amazed when, on a normal weekday, I took the bus to a military facility that felt like it was situated miles away from civilization, and the bus was on time down to the second. Okay, at least down to the minute. This also applies to Swiss trains. Since the Alps separate the country, building public transportation lines to Switzerland's south has always been a challenge. That is why the Gotthard railway tunnel was built in 1882, which was undoubtedly one of the largest human infrastructure projects of that time. In 2016, after 17 years of construction, the Gotthard base tunnel was opened. It has a length of 57 kilometers and is the longest railway tunnel worldwide. At its deepest point, the tunnel is 2,450 meters below the Earth's surface. These projects clearly show that public transport has always been a priority of Switzerland and is another factor of the country's success. The Swiss education system is another advantage. Perhaps you've heard of ETH Zurich, the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology in Zurich. In 2020, ETH was ranked 6th worldwide among all universities, which makes it the best university in continental Europe. In engineering and technology, ETH is ranked even better, at 4th place worldwide. Even Albert Einstein studied at this university, so it is not surprising surprising that hundreds of international students come to Switzerland just because of the great educational system. The EPFL in Lausanne is also a well-known university. In the International PISA Education Comparison of 2015, Switzerland ranks 15th worldwide. Switzerland isn't known for its food, but still there are some delicious dishes that you'll definitely need to try. Cheese products and chocolate in particular are gorgeous. Fondue, raclette, rösti, sausages, Zurich sliced meat, Alpe macaroni, but also sweets like flans and a wide variety of chocolates are part of the Swiss cuisine. There are also well-known Swiss brands such as Kegifred, Rivella, Aromat, Ricola, Lindt, Ovomaltine and Toblerone. They all produce pretty delicious food and beverages. Switzerland is very clean. You'll almost never see trash and there are enough public litter bins. The air quality is also very good and forests, parks and streets are cleaned on a regular basis. They say that the Zurich airport is so clean that you could eat straight from its floor. I wouldn't recommend it though. Of course, Switzerland also has some downsides. The Swiss are known for being very closed and money driven. Also in Switzerland you will be charged for everything, no matter how small the service you consume is. If you are interested in moving to Switzerland, take a look at my video that targets this topic and everything you will need to know to settle down in Switzerland. It's linked in the video description. And if you have some more ideas about which cities or countries I should cover next, please leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe in order to not miss any new videos about the world's most interesting places. And don't forget to activate the bell so that you'll get notified every time a new video appears. Thanks for watching.